That would be me.
That's now. Well, you know what? I can do a lot of things, and I can write novels on a computer, and I can save them, and I can do a few little things like uploading them or sending emailing them, things like that. But no,
Yeah, that's
I just laugh at myself. I laugh. Yeah, I'll be sitting there, and my husband's in the bedroom, and I laugh so loud, like I just laugh at myself. Which we got to do that, guys. We got to.
yes, you have to.
Because I thought it was Candy. Miss Rachel, how are you today?
Hi, Miss Lucy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can't complain. I'm glad you come up. I'm sorry about your comments getting filtered.
Oh, yeah,
What was you
TikTok
saying?
TikTok don't like me. It's okay.
No, TikTok don't like me. So, yeah. And it's not just TikTok. It's half the people on TikTok. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But at the same time, I'm not. Because, you know, when we are all authentically ourselves, people cannot understand that. I've been doing a lot of book research, educational research on top of my spiritual research. And I've been an advocate for a long time. You know, I'm an angel mama, domestic violence, addiction, near-death experiences. You know, mental health is a big one. And mental health, I mean, that's why our mentality is so important for yourself. There are a lot of people that are not on your spiritual level. But that's okay because we're all on our own spiritual path. And that is wonderful. But sometimes those two paths, one is over here and one is over here, and there's just not a balance. That doesn't mean you have to fight. That doesn't mean you have to not like someone. Doesn't mean you have to hurt someone. But some people can't control whatever emotion they don't know. And I've done it. I'm the first one to say it. I've been there. Probably gonna be there again. You know, I know that I will probably most likely be there again. But there's an emotion that some people can't. You know, we have to learn to control our emotions sometimes, and it's very hard to do. And some people can't do it at all whatsoever. And I say it's TikTok drama. I just pray for them and move on. But that is my spiritual growth. It has taken me almost 3 years to get to that place.
Right.
So I'm really like, it doesn't matter. I have other avenues. Certain people know how to get my phone number. Like I'm on other, my YouTube and Bookface and all that. I mean, there's a million other places. And all we really can do is just, so it's not that TikTok, everybody on, half the people don't like you. And this is in general, of course. We're talking about my lives in the moment, but in general. Sometimes energies don't vibe, and that's just the way it is. It does not mean, one, we're adults, and two, in the spiritual community, we just need to comprehend and understand that about each other.
And how
How
people
you doing?
respond,
Move on. I mean,
and how people respond to you, it tells you and shows you exactly where they are on their healing journey. Because every single one of us is a mirror. Every single one of us is a mirror. So people will see in us either what they wish they could be or something they hate in themselves. And how they respond to you will tell you exactly that. A lot of people, they go off of jealousy. So they see something in you, and we're courageous enough to speak out about things, do books, get on here, go live, do whatever. And people wish they could do that. They wish they had the nerve to do that. They wish they were able to do something like that.
Right.
So instead they project. And my favorite saying is, hurt people hurt people.
Yes, hurt people hurt people.
Hurt
And I'm also the kind of person where I can look. I always spirited. Sorry, I'm like, yeah, they make me get somewhere else. But I'm like, I look from everyone else's perspective. I've always been that way. Now, have I always followed it? No, as a teenager or whatever. But I do. I look at it that way. Like, okay, I sit back and I think, okay, I did this. If I was them and I was seeing the situation, okay, well, I need to apologize, though I did nothing wrong. And this is just in general, guys. Though I did nothing wrong, they feel like I did. And their feelings are valid, just like yours and mine. And everybody's feelings are valid. And
Exactly.
we all deserve to have that respect in relationships, friendships, whatever the relationship. But then, there's people that just can't do that. And I have recently been flat out informed that there are people that will not do that. Look at somebody else's perspective. Well, that tells me, like you just said, Vincent, the healing journey path, I'm way, and I know that.
Right.
But I didn't know that. So
I
really
learned to ask questions. If I upset someone, and I don't realize I upset someone, because to me, I'm like, okay, I just made a comment. So what is it that I said that upset you so much? And a good friend of mine, she is like my soul sister, psychic medium Stacey Lynn. She taught me this. But she taught me that if somebody upsets us, are we really mad at that person? Or are we mad because they remind us of someone that we haven't healed from?
That, exactly. Or, are we really truly mad at ourselves?
Right.
Because we see the truth, or we don't like I mean, yeah, we had, there's so much to healing.
There's a
You know, I
lot.
had someone say the other day, well, you know, I've been promoting my book about the passing of my children, right? Which we did the pool and I raised enough money and I got their headstone. It was been doing a raffle. So yeah, I'm promoting my book. I also help other angel mothers, you know. But someone said, well, you know, there's a line. No, I mean, we're always healing. Something is always going to trigger us. No matter that, I talk more about my deceased children than my, and y'all, some of y'all might have heard me say this before, but I know Miss Betsy hasn't heard me say this before. But I was told that I talk more about my deceased children than I do my living. I have one living son, and well, he's almost 20 years old. He wants his privacy. He don't want, you know, like.
Right.
But I help other angel mothers. On top of, I'm promoting a book to raise money for, you know, my headstone, which it's just
And
like 45 months
it
from the
is
place.
so, it is so
Yeah, it's beautiful, right? Thank
It
you.
is.
'Cause, I mean, like, yeah, y'all know I'm excited. So anyway, no, I have done as much healing as I can possibly do over that. I help other women with that situation because they're gonna have on their birthdays, things like that. And, you know, and as a mother, yeah. But either way, you know, every day, you know, we can heal over something. Well, life happens. We're on Earth. We are here living a human life, and life happens. And there's gonna be something else to heal from, you know, that we're gonna have to work on.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. Period. I mean, I don't see any way around it.
Well, somebody
But-
telling you that you speak too much on that is, to me, that's coming
I know.
across saying that you're how you, but like that's nobody can tell you how to grieve. Nobody can tell you how long
Oh, yeah,
to
no.
grieve.
I was
And
like, what are you freaking about? I did go
Right.
talk to my son. I was like, oh, because that's the one thing that I made sure not to do is, you know, have him have survivor's guilt. And, you know, so I've done my best. And we talked about it. And like I said, he's working on 20. So, and we're very, very open with each other. But I did make sure. I was like, let me go make sure because this has been my goal for 25 years. The situation is, period. And grief, there's no level to grief as well. I say that a lot. Like, nobody's grief is more or less. Grief is an emotion. And it's the same. It doesn't matter what that grief is. The other day, Candy might can tell me, I know we ain't shut up long enough for her to talk, but she's been muted anyway. But we had a live. I know she's like, oh. But we had a live where we were talking about it. And I was talking about how we can grieve not just those we've lost. We can grieve just relationships we've lost that are still here living. We can grieve the way life was. We can grieve, you know, all kinds of things. Okay, my only living child is grown now. We were just sitting out here talking about him moving out. Well, I mean, that's a grief. You're going to grieve when you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
grief is, you can grieve a lot of different things, a whole lot of different things.
it's like I'm still grieving a friendship that I had that I considered her my best friend, and we were best friends. Well, I was her best friend. I was her best friend for 30 plus
Not
years.
just saying it. I've actually been trying to figure out how I'm going to do a video on that. If someone, I was thinking today, I mean, I've been thinking the last couple of days, and this morning I was like, okay, this is what I'm just make it simple. But if someone makes you feel bad about yourself, and you love them enough to bring it to their attention, and they don't at least apologize for it, become aware of it, anything, and they're literally like, I don't care, that's just me. Well, that means they didn't care for you. Because no, we should stay ourselves, be authentic at all times. But you should still have respect for other people as well, especially if you love them.
Right.
Especially, so yeah. I did that. I had a 20-year best friend. She just, I lost her, and that took a long time. But that's been a good 10 years ago. But recently, I lost somebody very, very close to me. Yeah, because well, you know what? Like we were talking about, people will, if they're not on that same spiritual level as you, they can actually, and they might not even know it. Is what's so, I feel so bad because it's just the way the world is. Sometimes we do things out of what we're feeling inside of us. Like you said, we're all a mirror, and not know why. Like, you know, I got a download the other day. I did a video. It's one of my more recent ones that kind of explains it because I just spit it out and just said what Spirit gave me. You know, like, but it's like some people will kind of look for they don't understand why they don't understand. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yep.
They don't understand why they don't understand. That's the only way to put it. I don't know how else to say it. So yeah, it's, you know, it's just the way it is. And like Lee said a minute ago, social media can be very, very toxic. But in this community, it's hard. It's hard.
It
It
is.
really is.
Because there's so many that they want to sit around and talk about
Yes.
the church people,
People-
and they talk about like what they're doing wrong, but they fail to realize you're sitting there doing the exact same thing,
Exactly.
talking about people on
As a matter
how
of
they may read cards or how they may do candle magic or how they do something, but every single one of us, like there's no written instruction. There was no written instruction on how to
see,
do
that's
it.
what